One day I get the pink slip. My boss says that you got to leave this company. 5 years of effort that I actually put into my company went down the drain. I had just 500 rupees in my bank account. My wife was pregnant, 3 months, and I had to make a decision. I'm Sid, I'm from India, and I'm a musician turned digital marketing geek, if I have to call myself that way. I dropped out of college when I was just 18 years old because I could not sit in boring classrooms. I want to do something, beyond just sitting in the classroom and listening to a lecturer speak. In the year 2009, after I got married, I thought, okay, let's make some music at home. My wife is a singer. She was an Indian Idol finalist in the year 2006. So we sat at home and we recorded a whole 12-song album, and we independently launched this album online. And to our surprise, we had close to 800 people who bought our album, and that's when I realized the power of the internet. And that's when I decided that no more bosses in my life, let me start my own business. I pawned my wife's gold jewelry, got some money from that, and I invested that into learning about internet marketing and learning a few courses. After struggling in an agency business for 5 years, I thought that I would be in a position of not having any boss, but I ended up having over 30 bosses that I had to report to. In the year 2018, I decided, let me shift my line once more and let me get into something where I can truly achieve freedom for myself and for my family. And that's when I stumbled into the 4%. Coming here and learning changed my paradigm about things. In the last 9 months, I've been able to take my business literally from the scratch to inspiring over 1,000 people right now across India. The best part is today, when I look back in time, the entire journey has been I would say it's a magical journey. Lots of struggles, a lot of new learnings. And today I have to thank every single mentor of mine who has helped me on this journey. The most fulfilling thing is, as a father, to be seeing your beautiful angels growing up in front of your eyes. That's the greatest gift that I got after getting into the internet space. This journey is not just about me. Anyone can do this. You can do this. You just need to have a dream. You just need to have the vision. And if you truly want to live a lifestyle of choice, a lifestyle of freedom where you can really contribute and give back to the world, find a mentor, get into this journey, and see your life unfold into a magical one.
What's up, everybody? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. A lot of 4%ers here in the house. Good to see you guys. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Vick Strizheus. I am coming to you from a little bit of a different location today because my family and I are not at home, but I wanted to get together with you guys here. Every Monday we do this. So if you are brand new here to our community, brand new to 4%, Monday night is where we are talking about just ideas, strategies, and things that help us entrepreneurs grow, help us get our things to the next level. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing good? I can see you guys here on another. I was trying to figure out this streaming thingy situation because when you're coming from a different location, you don't have your normal setup. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can see me okay. I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about just kind of reflect on my journey as an entrepreneur. I've been in the online marketing space for since 2005. So you do the math, about 14 years now, doing great. All right. Hey, Vic. What's up, Tom? What's up, everybody? Okay, good to see you guys. Timothy, yep, doing good. Everybody can see me. We can see each other. Okay, great. Lighting is not the best. Sorry about that, but it doesn't matter, right? The message, I think, is what I'm trying to get across to you guys. And as I reflect on my journey as an entrepreneur, I thought I would share with you some ideas, some lessons, some things that I learned that really gave me that, that big, like, wow, aha, in this noggin right here, and then whatever happens here, our outside is just a reflection of really what's going on the inside. I was listening to this doctor, forgot his name right now, but he was talking about like this super like popular guy in the like healing arts and stuff like that. And I listened to a lot of different information, a lot of ideas from different industries, and just kind of see what's going on, outside of our internet marketing space. And I was listening to this guy, and he was talking how, people have diseases, that are like unnecessary. Like so many people have like physical diseases and just not feeling well just because of what's going on in their head. And I'm listening to that, I'm like, that kind of makes sense. That there's like placebo testing and the placebo effect that we all hear about and things like that. Humans are is a complicated mechanism, man. Is what we are learning, and I think if we can figure out some things, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, when I look at like into the science, when I look at into the neuroscience and the discoveries and just kind of observing, I'm not taking sides, but that basically that gives me a perspective on things, like and then when I look at us entrepreneurs, and like we're trying to whatever we're trying to do, whatever your dream and desire and big goals and ambitions are, and like what we're trying to do, this topic that we call success that we're trying to pursue, right? When we elevate ourselves and like kind of like pull back, if you will, and look at this from a different perspective, it just like somehow this thing changes, and somehow this whole topic of success changes. So I want to share with you guys some ideas. Hey, take it for what it's worth to you. And if you want to hang out, if you are on 4percent.com/live, then I can see your comments. We are coming live. If you're watching this as a replay, if you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, because we're doing this every single Monday. So, and I love to hang out with you guys and talk about stuff. We can talk about a lot of different things. Okay, so you are giving us a great view of the water behind you, Jenny. Yeah, this is where my family and I are staying right now, and they're enjoying. I am working, and I'm doing a little bit of both. But no volume, reboot. Okay, is the volume down? AV, good. Okay, good. All right, awesome. Couple announcements. Man, if you are in 4%, right? If you guys are here from the 4% community, we have a lot of people. I see a lot of people are stepping up and start seeing success. Great, phenomenal success. You just heard a little piece from Sid. He's one of our students here at 4%. Came to us, and I met him for the first time. That was about a year ago, approximately or so. Man, this guy is a great example of what's possible. We came out here to Miami and we hung out on a yacht. He won a little contest that we had going on, and he got a spark. He got an idea. He got something that when he came back to India, he started to apply what we were teaching in the Success Challenge for affiliate marketing. If you guys are in that program, you know what's going on there. If you're not, definitely check it out. But he went on to generate over $125,000 in the next 9 months. Okay, isn't that awesome? But what's really, really, really awesome is, now he can like spread the ripple. You know what I mean? Now he can touch his family. Now he can, do better things. Now he can contribute. So like I really, really deeply with every single cell of my body believe that entrepreneurs should not take this stuff that we do, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're selling pancakes or cell phones or information marketing products, improvement products, doesn't matter. If you are in business of improvement of some sort, right? It is your obligation to become world class at what it is that you're doing. So I want to share with you some things that really helped me take my game to the next level, right, with what I was doing. And I started out as an affiliate promoting other companies' products, which I think is the best, easiest way for anybody to start and get into the money. But as you're doing that, right, it's about being able to deliver more value bring more value into the marketplace, because there's laws that govern everything. This one of the things I learned is, early on, and I didn't understand it until later. And then really when I started to pay attention to this kind of stuff and kind of mess with that, then I really had, these big like aha moments. There are laws that govern things, right? Your health, money, success, law of gravity, whatever, right? So the law of success basically states this one thing, and this is what I learned from other people. It's not my invention. I'm nobody special, guys. I'm a guy that barely graduated high school, college dropout. English is my third language. Grew up in a very mediocre class family, middle class family. Didn't have much. Didn't have what I can give my kids right now. But I wanted to do that. I wanted to be able to do something great for people that I care about. Heck, for myself as well. Who wouldn't, right? And so initially, I got started by just trying to, do things and take care of myself and my family, which is, selfish reasons, right? We all do those things. But for you to sustain that success and for you to really grow and expand, we have to follow the laws that govern success. And one of those laws, very simple, fundamental law of success, is this: when you become more valuable in the marketplace rewards you monetarily, right? And so you make money, people go to work, they don't want to go to work, but they have to because they need to live, right? Entrepreneurs, here's what I've noticed, and here's what I see happening, right? People that are not hurting bad enough yet, right? People that are just talking about, hey, I'm dissatisfied. I would like to have more things, right? For these people, it's kind of difficult for them to really have big breakthroughs. And then, people that are, that have their back against their wall, and like, dude, this is a do or die situation for me. Typically, those types of people tend to make it a lot easier, and I don't know why that is, but it's just the way it is. Some things just don't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Why do people, drive on a parkway and park on a driveway? Have you ever thought about that? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Some things just don't make sense, but it is what it is. But people that get it, they can do something really good in their life. So, I'm gonna share with you guys some things that just kind of like, this is what everything that I do right now, is kind of revolving around how can we make a bigger difference? How can we make a bigger impact? How can we serve more people? How can we, inspire more people, give them more practical tools that they need to do what they want to do better? My goodness, I'm so yellow right now. Okay, well, just don't pay attention to the video, listen to the audio. All right, so thing number one I'm going to share with you guys is this. If you are doing anything, right, if you're doing whatever it is that you're doing online, building, selling, trying to build, affiliate, e-commerce, it doesn't matter, right? I think one of those $1 million ideas that I can tell you, if you really take this to heart, for me, that was this. And this is what not just for me, but so everything I'm sharing with you, everything I'm going to share with you right now, I'm sharing from experience, but I'm also validating that and kind of backing that up by just observing and watching people from not only our industry, but a lot of other industries as well. I'm a student of business. I'm a student of other, I study successful people from other industries as well. And there is a common denominator, is what I am finding, constantly confirming to myself. There's a common denominator between, all of these people that are truly, truly, truly successful, have long range success. It's very easy to have a flash in a pen type success, but I'm looking for long range, right? On average, if you average out all your highs and lows and all that stuff, on average, you're averaging out to be way above the normal folks, right? And you're not a typical 96%ers, what we call them 4%ers. These guys that make, things happen. So number one is this idea right here, is this idea of being somebody. You know what I mean? Like, when I got started in business, and I had some spikes. I once I started to to model things that worked in the marketing department, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and until I decided consciously that hey dude, I want to be somebody. And this is what I see a lot of people that are truly successful. They don't do it just to do it, right? And I know if you're brand new here watching me right now, and if you are brand new to this webinar or this live stream or even 4% community, or just in general just kind of getting started, you have yet to see your first breakthrough, it will not register in your head. Okay, there is nothing wrong with it. You just have, like, my intention is just to kind of plant that seed for you right now and just let it sit there, right? And then as long as you keep tuning in and keep plugging in, that seed will hopefully begin to grow. You know what I mean? So the idea of being somebody. See, people think that, I'm going to be somebody when I succeed. And the reality is that you succeed as a result of deciding to be somebody, right? To be somebody, like to really matter. Why do you exist as an entrepreneur? Why do you exist, as a human being? It's easier to answer, right? If you're a husband, dude, I want to be the best husband I can be. If you're a wife, I want to be the best wife I can be. If you're raising family, you want to raise your family and and do your part, right, to raise a good family. So that's kind of an easier thing to do, right? If you're a member of the church, you contribute, whatever, other organizations. But as an entrepreneur, right, as an entrepreneur, we are contributing to the marketplace, right? So if I am in affiliate marketing space, what is that really? Well, I'm serving marketplace. I'm serving people, right? And what's a marketplace? It's people that have a desire to achieve a certain result or an outcome. That's pretty much it, right? So when I do that, okay, and when I decide to, when I make a commitment, hey, I want to be somebody, right, in that space. I want to be somebody in what I do, not just do it, but I want to be somebody. Like you want to, you don't want to be a nobody, because nobodies don't make it, right? I want to be somebody. So let's just kind of let that marinate as we go on to the next. Does that make sense so far, everybody? Okay, let me see if we're still good. Everything good. Take a look at the comments here. Okay. All right, so if you guys are 4percent.com/live, let me know if you can communicate with me. That'd be great, so I can see your comments. Okay, make sure that I'm not just talking, because I'm like trying to connect from a hotel, so connection might not be as reliable as we think sometimes, Okay. All right, so check this out, right? So another thing is this is something I shared with our with some of our partners at 4%, and I said this idea. Think about it like this, right? So when we're talking about success, like think about it like success and growth, right? Is like growth. Think about growth. Let's just kind of step back a little bit, right? So growth, right? A tree, a human being, a baby. We've got 6 kiddos, and every single one of them went through the same process, right? Like naturally, growth happens by default. Right? You don't have to force growth. You don't have to force a tree. Success is a natural thing, just like growth, right? So success and growth is a natural thing. So if you think about it like this, again, a lot of these things that we tend to run into that we think are so complicated is just a reflection of our belief system about the thing, right? So if we change our belief system about the thing changes miraculously. Right? And then people that don't get this, they're like, dude, this is crazy talk. Give me some meat and potatoes here. Right? So but when you start laying meat and potatoes on top of this different way of thinking, right? Everything changes. That meat and potatoes becomes something magical, something great. Whereas, if a human being has a messed up approach to success, then you can give them all meat and potatoes they want, and then some, and they will still mess it up. Make sense? So think about it like this. Well, if success and growth is a natural thing, so we have to, basically what we have to do is we have to eliminate things that interfere with that natural thing, that growth and success. And I did not understand this until a little bit later on in my journey, right? So I wanna talk a little bit about that, you guys. If you are change your story, change your life, Amina says yes. All right, so check this out. If a child is healthy, if nothing is interfering with its growth, the child is gonna grow, right? So like if we are, when we set out to do something online or in your business or whatever, right? And if we approach it right, okay, now hang on, I know some people are confused. How many of you guys here are like, dude, you're confusing me right now, Vic? Right? So stay with me, it's gonna make sense. A lot of times I did this to myself, right? And then I see a lot of people are doing that to themselves as well. A lot of times we have these layers of things that we put on ourselves, okay, that interfere and block the very thing that we desire, which is success and growth. Okay, so if we can identify things that interfere with natural growth and success, and then just eliminate those. So it's like it's a reverse engineering of the thing, right? So if you just simply eliminate what the interference, okay, if you pull out the weeds, the crop is gonna grow. But if you have weeds, the crop is not really growing. Make sense? Like you don't force a crop to grow unless there are weeds. So think about it for your life, for yourself, for your business. What are the things that are interfering with your growth and success? Does that make sense, everybody? All clear to me, says Aquilina? Okay, good. All right. Does that make sense? Throw some ideas to me right now, guys, okay? So, this is live. We have live audience here, and there's a bunch of you guys here in the chat. So, give me some things that you think are interfering with your success. What are some of the things that interfere with your success? Okay? Could it be something with on the physical plane, right? So before we get to the mind stuff, makes sense. I do completely understand what you're saying. Okay, time making sense. Okay, time. You think time is interfering? Okay, Muhammad says fear. Okay. So check this out. Naturally, right? Human beings are like we can be interesting thing. Interesting. I was gonna say things. We're not really things. We're creatures, right? Negative mindset. So like, see, a lot of times we just go straight to these abstract, like big, in the clouds kind of stuff, which matters, right? Matters a lot. But I think if we just condense things down and just reduce it to the ridiculous, right? Just take this concept. Okay, success, dude. What is like? Okay, I want to have success. First of all, let's identify what is success to you. Okay, success to different people mean different things. So when I think entrepreneurs should measure their success with a scorecard is the money coming into your business, right? That's your scorecard. That's pretty much, I don't know any other way that you can measure success as an entrepreneur. Okay, so like, what is business? Business is what? Business. What's the sole purpose of business? Can anybody say that? What's the sole? Can you guys give me? Okay, consistence, worry. Somebody says, all right. Interfere. Yeah, and those are all true. Okay, monetary, shiny objects. Okay, not focusing, negative people. Do we have anybody here who, on a physical level, like you think that you might be you think that you might be your own, not enemy, but something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like when people are not in harmony with themselves, do you think that might interfere with your success? Like you're trying to build a business out there, okay, and you're holding, like, I don't know, man, you're holding a grudge. Maybe you are, maybe you just don't like yourself. You know what I mean? Maybe you had something happen in the past, and you're like, you have this baggage. Maybe you're looking in the mirror and you just don't like you don't like what you see. You see what I'm saying? Like, bring that down and start with physical, and then go to your emotions, right? And then go to your thinking, right? And so, I mean, we could probably be sitting here doing a 3-day, workshop on this topic alone. But just kind of let it marinate. So when we eliminate the weeds, right? A weed can be, hey, I told myself I'm gonna wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock and read a book for 30 minutes, or go and work out for 30 minutes, or do something for myself, and I hit the snooze button, the snooze on my alarm, and I go back to bed, and then you wake up 2 hours later, and you are angry at yourself. Anybody can relate? Hey, hair loss. There you go. Somebody says hair loss, right? Hey, I'm losing some hair. See that right there? Right? I'm losing some hair. If that thing interferes with your success, if that thing interferes with how you feel about you, get it handled. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that interferes with, that gets you out of your groove, if you will, right? You got to get it handled, because you're trying to build a business. You're trying to impact people. And then if something over here, if you take yourself everywhere you go, right? So people kind of go from one company to another, trying to make it, and they think that the company somehow is going to make them successful, right? In some cases it kind of matters, but in most cases the human takes themselves everywhere they go. That's why somebody might be, not so good looking necessarily, but they can be crushing in anything, right? Somebody might not be as good looking, but dude, they're okay with it. Like, they are in total harmony with themselves. They love themselves the way they are, and like there's no conflict internally, right? Right? It makes sense. So therefore, they're okay with it, right? You want to be your own biggest cheerleader. Okay, a lot of us entrepreneurs, we want the world to kind of give us feedback, and we want other people to cheer us and say good things about us. But what I realized is, dude, if I am not my own biggest cheerleader, when nobody's watching, when the lights are off, when the cameras are rolling, right? Are you your own biggest cheerleader for you? And if you're not, how can you expect anybody to be your cheerleader, right? So you've got to get that stuff handled. This hair loss I've got going on over here, dude, I'm okay with it, right? Like, that doesn't bother me. But if it did, I would get it handled, okay? So think about it. It's very, very important, okay? Then you go to things like fear, and, a lot of people say like procrastination, and somebody says drama in all your head. Yeah, right? So I'll tell you this. One thing for me, you guys, right? One thing for me when I decided that, hey, I want to go big, right? See, my journey as an entrepreneur, initially affiliate marketer, I was going like this, right? And then I had some ups and downs, and I made some good money, and then, and then I did some things that I am not really proud of, obviously, and had to start from scratch again. But the turning point for me personally was when I decided, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna build something. I'm gonna be somebody. Prior to that, I was in it, for selfish reasons, right? I wanted to take care of my family and all that stuff, and it seemed like it was an uphill battle. Internally, I felt like it. Sometimes when you are building your business, you think like you have to do things, and you like forcing yourself to do things. You don't really want to do them, but you kind of have to do them, right? What's the difference between this and a job? In my opinion, there is no difference, right? Unless you love your job, right? I want to do what I love, what fuel my fire, what naturally comes to me that gives me that boost. You know what I mean? Because this is where I want to be in the zone. If I'm not in the zone with what I'm doing, I've got to figure out how do I get in the zone. Okay, so ask yourself some questions. For me, when I decided I want to be somebody, I want to create, and I want to just build something big, and I want to go for more of a legacy stuff, right? I had to change my physical appearance a little bit. Right? And the way that I did it, and when I was looking in the mirror, I had the double chin going on. I had some extra stuff on me, right? And about 35, 40 pounds extra that I didn't. Again, that was me. Everybody's got their own thing, and I decided that, hey, I don't like that, right? So I got it handled. I got myself a coach. I got myself, a trainer, virtual, and I felt good about that. When I felt good about that, success begets success. Just like failure begets failure. There's no way that we're gonna try to succeed, and I'm not talking about just like flesh in a pan type success. I'm talking about real stuff, right? I'm talking to real entrepreneurs. I hope I'm not talking to like wannabes here, So in order for us to go from that 96% bottom 96% category and truly raise yourself to the top 4%, that's why we call it the 4% concept. It's a concept, right? There is like going up is not easy sometimes, and that's why most people are not willing to do that. Okay. All right. So enough of that, man. But think about it. Okay. Vic, I love great news. I have great news for your hair. Muhammad, thank you, man. It doesn't bother me, bro. For all I know, I can shave my head and still look beautiful. You know what I mean? For myself. I'm good. But I'm sharing with you these things, you guys, because that matters. Okay, I see so many people are trying to make it out there, right? They're like Instagram life is one thing, your reality is completely different. You hate your reality, but you're trying to portray that you're somebody. That stuff will never ever work out. You might fake it for a little bit, but then it's gonna catch up to you, and it will never be a long-term success. Okay, I want to talk to you about things that that will. Hang on a sec. I want to talk to you guys about things that result in long-term success, right? Okay, here's another one. Okay, you're writing things down. Here's another one. What you laughing, Kurt? Okay, here's another one. Okay, check this out. You cannot get rich thinking poor. Okay, you will never get rich thinking poor. How many of you guys want to go? How many of you guys want to be rich? I'm talking about rich where you have enough money coming in, where you can, fund your lifestyle and not think about it. You go to the restaurant, you order from, what is it, from left to right, usually how most restaurants are. In other words, like you don't order from right to left. You don't look at the price first and then order based on price. You order based on what you want, and then you don't even look at the price, because you know how some people are, right? They go to a restaurant and they look at the prices. Okay, 27, 32, 45, 19, 6.99. I'm gonna have chicken today. You don't want to have chicken today, right? Maybe you want to have that ribeye steak. Maybe you want to have that, I don't know what it is, but not chicken. And so many people order chicken just because it's $10 cheaper. You get it? Like, so this is what I'm talking about here. Okay, where you don't have to worry about things. I want to be filthy rich. Timothy says filthy rich. That probably means like really rich, right? Because I'm still trying to understand what this meaning of filthy rich means. To me, rich is just rich, man, right? Like I want to be rich and I want to be proud of what I've done. But think about it like this. How many people do you know? I was one of them early on, right? That want to become financially independent, but their think does not match what they want. Okay? So you cannot get rich thinking poor. There is a book, you guys want to check it out. If you have not checked it out, it's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. This was the first book that I read on success. It messed me up in a good way. When I read that book, I was like, ooh, I'm doing a lot of these things that middle class people and poor people do, and I'm trying to succeed over here. It doesn't work out. It kind of opened my eye. By T. Harv Eker, great guy, by the way. I had my son, 13-year-old. He read that book. He's like, "Hey, Papa, give me a success book to read." I'm like, "Read this book." So he reads a book, and then he writes a report on it, and then he sends it to me on Google, Google through Google Docs or Drive, shares with me. And then my 11-year-old also read that book. He's like, "Whoa, this is good stuff." I'm like, "What'd you learn?" And so he's talking about. So like, if you have not checked it out, checked out that book, check it out. But you like, for you to get rich, for you to have success, you've got to think a little bit differently. Okay, and again, we can be talking about, but this is $1 million idea. Like we can literally do a 3-day workshop on each one of these and just really go really super deep on it. But again, right now, my thing is just to kind of plant those seeds. Is that okay for you guys? Make sense? I love that book. Pete Ketchup said, "Hey Pete, what's up, man?" Paul Hansen says, "Filthy rich is a slang created by broke person." Okay. I can order a ribeye, just the 6 ounces. Trump rich. You know, the thing for me is, man, I want to be happy as well. Don't you guys want to be happy? I know some people that are rich, but they're not really happy. You know, I think happiness and wealth, they're like apples and potatoes. I really think. I think happiness, I think if you're a person that is naturally not a happy person, I think having more money will magnify who you are. This is just my thinking. There's 2 types of people. I'll tell you guys this story. I heard this. So there was this old wise man in this town, long time ago, and in a village, right? So like a lot of people went to him, you know, for advice. A lot of people went to him to hear his wisdom and stuff like that. So 2 dudes come to him and they're fighting, and they're like, "Hey, give us some advice." He says, "You know, there's two types of people." He says there is people, we can categorize them as a bumblebee, right? And he says a bumblebee can fly into an area, fly into a room, right? And or it can fly into a garden, and it's going to, like, the garden is going to be messed up. I mean, it's going to be crap, garbage all over, right? The bumblebee will fly and 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 fly until it finds one flower, and it's going to land on that one flower, right? And he said there's a second category of people, we can correlate them to a fly, you know. And he said when a fly, you know, gets into the same garden, dude, beautiful flowers everywhere, roses, smells good, clean, right? A fly is gonna fly and fly and fly and fly and fly until it finds somewhere in the back, somewhere in the corner, a pile of garbage, pile of crap, and it's going to land on that. It's gonna sit on it, and it's going to consume that. You guys get it? Right? So for me, you know, when no, you know, I say be like a bumblebee. Just makes sense, you know. Makes sense. It just makes sense, you know. So for me, like, success and monetary, you know, money, riches, and happiness they're 2 different things, but they feed each other. Okay, so like people think, well, money is a bad thing. It's the biggest, you know, pile of garbage I've ever heard. It's just gonna magnify who you are, you know. So if you're a good person, more money is gonna make you more of a good person, and vice versa. So you cannot get rich thinking poor. You know, check out Secrets of the Millionaire Mind to get you started. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Another idea I want to share with you guys. Does this make sense? Another idea I want to share with you guys. It would be it has to do with like resources and resourcefulness. And this is what, if you know my story, I had to, when I got started, I did not have any money. I borrowed a bunch of money, and I've invested over $20,000 on ads, didn't make $1 back, didn't have a sale. And I was an affiliate for another company, and man, it was, it was a tough time. It was probably the lowest point in my life financially, where we did not have $1.19 to my name, and most people give up, and I was thinking about giving up. It actually, like in the back of my mind, I was like, dude, go back to work a job. Just go back to work at a bank or something. You got your wife, you got, kid on the way. You got to do something. But then there's another voice on the other side of my head. He's like, man, keep going for your dream. Keep going for your dream. So I had to become resourceful. So like resources, people that think, well, I don't have the resources, so therefore I cannot succeed. Like I'm gonna blame something that's outside of me for lack of my success. Well, I don't have the resources, dude. How can you expect me to succeed? Like I don't have the resources, right? And so it gives them a way out, if you will. Okay, what I have learned and what I see is that resources and resourcefulness are two different things. If you guys have a chance, take a look at, there's a book, really, really good book, The Shoe Dog, right, by Phil Knight. It's the story of Nike. It's a good book to read. Another good book to read would be The Zappos, Delivering Happiness. Okay, Zappos, how those companies were built. Another one would be good to read, I think, if I'm not mistaken that with other, would be the Tommy Hilfiger story as well. Okay, tremendous lessons for entrepreneurs. So resourceful people, there is not a lot of them. Most people are just making decisions based on their resources. All right, I've got $100 right here, or I've got $50. I ain't got no money to succeed. And so what they're talking about and with what they're doing, there is a gap. There is no ladder. There is no way that they'll bridge that gap ever. You know what I mean? And all of these things kind of connect, right? So, they're trying to get rich, thinking poor. And so what I see successful people, the difference between them two, right? These two groups is that successful people are resourceful. Okay, resourceful. So before, it's very important, you guys. I'm telling you, man, whatever you do with this information is up to you. I'm sharing with you things that these things did change my life. And this is the things that I see common denominator, for people that are succeeding, and also common denominator for people that are failing. You see what I'm saying? They will come hand in hand, money, riches, etc. Resourceful people find a way to get the resources necessary, right? Right. So think about it. Okay, that's another seed. It's $1 million idea, because you will never get to $1 million if you're not resourceful. What's resourceful? I don't know, man. I've got an old phone I can sell. I can mow a lawn. I can take another job. I had somebody contacted me, and this person was like, I want to be an online entrepreneur, and I don't belong to working at a job, which is job, which is just over broke. I'm not that type of person. It's below me. It's beneath me. I want to invent something. I want to sell something. So she's, talking to me about getting an advice, and I'm listening to her, and I said, you know what you need? You need to get a job. You don't go for entrepreneurship right now, because you will not make it. You need to get a job. Get yourself steady income, save a portion of that income, right, and then invest in your dream that you want to do. So some people are not ready for entrepreneurship yet because they're not resourceful. You see what I'm saying? I will not give up, Nana says. Who here has ever thought about giving up as an entrepreneur? Sheila says, I learned to be resourceful when I became a single mom. No kidding, right? You kind of have no option at that time, at that point. Many times, Paul. Okay, me. Okay, how many of you guys like realistically thought about giving up at any point? How many of you guys are thinking to give up right about now on your journey to success? Don't do it just yet. Don't do it just yet. Lots of times, right? And let me tell you like this, okay? If you're thinking about giving up, here's what I'll tell you. You know, the easiest thing to do is just to give up. You know, people that take their lives, right? Here's what happens, right? Here's what happens. Somebody says, I am done with life. I'm going to give up on life, right? So what some people are doing is they just pull the trigger, right? They just go, pull the trigger. And when they pull that trigger, for a millisecond, right at about that millisecond when they did it, guess what they think? Shoot, why did I do it? Too late. No turning back. You know what they would rather do? What would be better? If you're gonna give up on life, I'm talking about like real life, not metaphorical, like real life, right? If anybody is, we got a lot of people here watching, so there's probably one person or two people I'm gonna talk to right now. If you are giving up on life, kill yourself by running. You get it? Just get outside and just run like crazy, and continue to run and just run and run and run. Don't pull the trigger. Okay, don't do that. Just kill yourself by running. You get it? It'll be better. Okay? Because when you run for, half a mile, 3 miles, 5 miles, guess what's going to happen? Your think is going to change, right? You get some, what do you call them? Endorphins going. You get some, some chemicals in your body changes, and then all of a sudden you start feeling better about yourself, and then you rethink your decision. Okay, make sense? In business, when you're thinking about giving up, don't give up. Okay, if you're going to end your business journey, think about that metaphor I just told you. Think about that, right? Keep on going, because you act your way into a feeling. Okay, you don't feel your way into acting. Make sense? A lot of entrepreneurs I see, and I was like them as well myself. Okay, we're like, okay, when I feel like it, when this happens, then I'm gonna do that. And it never works out like that. Okay? So, resourceful and being resourceful. Let's think about it. Like some of you guys watching this, right? You can raise money. You can make more money by doing something extra. You can get rid of some of the garbage in your house. You can save some money by unplugging your cable that you're paying for. Maybe you got a couple phone numbers that you don't need. Maybe something, just like reconcile something, like be resourceful. Maybe you got a car that you don't need, okay? I don't know, think about it, but be resourceful, because this is going to be the difference between people that are making it big versus somebody who's not. Make sense? Okay? Here's another one I'm going to tell you, another idea. Never give up. Never give up. Okay? Never give up. You listening to my voice, you guys, you should never, ever give up. Ever. Because if you give up, that's the surest way to failing. This is how you can guarantee a result, right? Is when you give up, you fail. But you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know when you start running, okay? What ideas will come to you. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But man, don't give up. I'm telling you, if I would give up on this thing, I would never be able to retire my parents. I would never be able to give my family what they deserve. I would never be able to. When I got married, I was 20 years old, kid. We've been married for almost 15 years now. I promised my wife that she would not work, and I said, and she's like, yeah, whatever, And I'm telling you, man, I had my reasons, right? So when I was going up against that wall, and when I was, hitting that glass ceiling, I had my reasons to keep on going. I did not want to be somebody that just gives up. But man, am I glad that I didn't give up. But it was tough, man. You guys, it was tough. This thing is not walk in the park, which is another, which is why you need to be plugged into something that will, or somebody that will, that will reinforce this thing. Because everybody goes through a time where most people give up, and the few that don't give up, then everybody's watching those people make it. Write this down, and if you're taking notes, here's another idea for you. A lot of people chase money. Okay, a lot of people are like, how can I make more money? How can I generate more money right now? $1 million idea, again, different way of thinking about it. It would be like this: don't chase money. Okay, so instead of chasing money, get great at things and activities that generate money by default as a result. Okay, so what do you do? What do you do that generates money? Assuming, right, you're selling something or providing service or selling a product that's legitimate. I'm not talking about some, fly-by-night operations or whatever that a lot of people are doing, especially in our industry. I'm talking about good, legitimate stuff. Stuff that you will be proud of. Stuff that you can, that you can go mainstream with. You know what I mean? Like stuff that you can share with your loved ones, your husband, your wife, your parents, you wouldn't be like, you wouldn't feel weird about it. Stuff that when you go back and put your head on a pillow at night, you sleep great, knowing that you made a difference, and you don't have that back of your head, that thought, well, I'm not sure about this. This is 90% good, 10% not so good, 10% shady, right? You want to be solid, man. That's why solid gold things, costs how much it costs, because it's solid gold. Okay, don't be a replica. You want to be genuine. You want to be, you want to be solid with what you do. At least this is how I approach things. Okay. So if whatever you do generates money, then instead of me chasing money, which is like me trying to chase an effect. Okay, if I just focus and become really, really great on the cause on the cause that produces the effect, right? Cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. Okay, so instead of me chasing good health, for example, maybe easier way to understand it, right? What generates good health? If good health is a reward, what breeds that? Okay, pretty simple. Exercise and eat good, eat clean. Pretty much it, right? I don't have to be on all these weird diets and do this crazy stuff to my body. I just like gotta control that. Okay, and the way that I can control that and really get great at controlling that is I'm going to literally like inventory what I eat on a daily basis if I really want to get a hang of it and really want to take control of it. Right? So this is the simplest way. A lot of people fool themselves by thinking, I'm busy, I'm chasing money, I'm chasing success, so I'm gonna be busy checking Facebook every 5 minutes, right? I'm gonna be busy checking email. I'm gonna be like, I gotta participate in this conversation and this discussion. Oh my goodness, somebody's talking about Trump. I gotta participate in that, huh? And before you know it, the day is over, and you're like, dude, I was like crazy busy today. Whew. But you were this effective today. Okay, it's just like saying, "Oh my goodness, I want to have a great health over there, but man, I'm gonna have this donut right here. I just want one donut, man. It's no big deal. I do this lunchtime. I don't have time, so I'm gonna do this one slice of pizza, whatever. And before you know it, you packed on 70 million calories, and you see what I'm saying? Like there's disconnect. So in marketing, whatever you do that generates money, sales. How do sales come? Okay, which brings me to another $1 million idea for you, okay, which is this. Instead of focusing, or instead of seeking information, right, which button do I click? Instead of seeking information, seek wisdom. Make sense? Eat right, Jackie says. Okay, let me see. You guys are still with me? Okay, check this out. A lot of people chase information. You guys know what I'm talking about? A lot of people chase information. How do I set up an ad campaign? Okay, how do I, and that stuff is important and it's got its place. But more important is seeking wisdom. See what I'm saying? Like chasing information is like, all right, how can I make 20 bucks today? Okay, how can I make 200 bucks today? That's good. And you might make it. What I'm talking to you is something much deeper. And hopefully you guys picking up what I'm putting down. You guys tracking with me on this one? Okay. There's a difference between information and wisdom. Let me give you an example. Information is, how do I set up an ad campaign? Guess what? We're not lacking information, my friends. YouTube.com. Okay, a little known site, youtube.com. Somebody says Solomon was wise. Right. The guy would be worth probably about, they estimate between $2 or $3 trillion by today's standards, in today's world, if he would be alive. Solomon. Right? And he said this, he said, with everything you got, seek wisdom. So the information is like, how do I set up a Facebook ad? That's information. That stuff changes constantly. Okay, so people that seek information, they're constantly on this what do you call it, hamster wheel, right? They're grinding, dude. They're like, ooh man, I've gotta keep up with the latest trend, with the latest gadget, with the latest, whatever. Let's go with the latest funnel, and I gotta be everywhere. It's craziness. It's craziness. Wisdom is understanding people. It's understanding that, hey, all of this, at the end of the day, all of this activity that most people are engaging in and going cray-cray, right? If I don't want to go cray-cray, I want to go why, right? I want to get wisdom. So being wise is understanding that all of this has one activity. It's basically understanding human. Right? So this can come and go. Today, Facebook has this algorithm, and everybody's like trying to implement it, which is, sometimes we gotta implement that, but it's not big. You can find this on YouTube all day long. When you take the time to really understand, okay, here's the product I've got, here's the customer, potential customer, what they want. Focus on understanding how can, what this guy wants or this gal wants, what your potential customer wants, the result that your product delivers. Okay, and then how can you simply get closer to your customer? That's pretty much it. That's it. And you know what I notice in our industry, just like I notice in real estate, insurance, I notice in contractors, that industry as well. There's people that are at the top, and then there's people that are struggling. Right, in pretty much every single industry, is that these guys that are making it big, they're thinking their approach is completely different. I know some people that don't even touch the internet, they're billionaires. Right, so how do you explain that? Okay, and then I know some people that are like geeks when it comes to internet, and they're broke. Okay, so seek wisdom, not information. So if you have a product and that product delivers a particular outcome to your customer, understanding that customer and then understanding how do you get closer to your customer and then bring your customer on your side of the table, if you will, and work with them and serve them and just build something that would not be a transaction, but it would create a relationship. That's what we're trying to do as well. Okay, guys are. I take, we do things right now, you guys, that most people would say this is crazy. Like we take almost everything, okay, that comes into the company, we're reinvesting and creating an infrastructure that would allow us in the marketplace to do this with our customers. Okay, your business, okay, the activity that you do right now, right, is going to be determined. Okay, like tomorrow, what's gonna happen, and 30 days from now, and 60, and the year is gonna pass no matter what, right? Like what we do today, wouldn't it make sense for us to do it strategically so that when that time passes, you can be like 50 steps ahead of everybody else? Okay, people looking at Amazon today, and they're like, oh, they're a $1 trillion company, they're a monopoly, they're this and that. What nobody was really paying attention is when Amazon was, laying low and just focusing on building the infrastructure, man. Like focusing. And then out of nowhere, they're coming out and just smashing everybody. And then everybody's like, oh my goodness, what happened? Amazon is closing down businesses, blah, 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 blah. No, Amazon paid the price when nobody watched, when nobody saw, okay? Just like you right now, pay the price in silence so that your success can be heard and seen around the world. You see what I'm saying? And you don't have to, like, you can do this, when you do affiliate marketing, you can sell other people's products, okay? Makes sense, everybody, right? The nuts and bolts. Okay, and if you are looking for, again, another thing is going back to like resourcefulness and resources. Okay, this is another way of looking at it. Is like this. I see some people that are, complaining, right, about, well, how do I don't understand how to set up, an autoresponder, Aweber. Okay, again, resources. I don't have the resource. I don't have the information on how to set up an autoresponder. Okay, resourcefulness is, hey, youtube.com. How do I set up an autoresponder? Get it? Boom. 2 minutes later, you've got an answer to what you're looking for. See what I'm saying? So if you don't approach your business building like that, it'll be really, really, really difficult for you to really build anything significant. And this is just the truth. Okay? Makes sense, everybody, yeah? Totally makes sense. Sheila, makes sense. Jonathan says yes. Okay? So same thing here. So instead of chasing money, okay, I'm going to get great at things that produce money by default. Okay? So when I do that, when I get great at what are the things that produce money? Okay, let's talk about it, right? And most people will go immediately into how can I get more traffic, right? How can I build a funnel? Where very few people will think about is this. Every single dollar is going to come from another human. It's not going to come from a monkey. It's not going to come from a tree. It's not going to come from, something else. Right? It's going to come from a human. Okay? So, how you build your business, how you sell your products, if you just like where everybody's trying to do what everybody else is doing without even thinking about it, if you just step back and be like, dude, I'm a human. My customer is a human. How would a human like to be dealt with? Okay? And you don't have to go far. Just be, just go inside of you and think, how would you like to do business with other people? How would you like others to do business with you? And then you do that. You know what I mean? Pretty simple. So like right now, you guys will see, we're building out this huge, massive project. It's 4% 4.0. And, and we're building, we're like our vision here is to create the 4% network for entrepreneurs, like entrepreneurs from different industries, different, just different things that they're doing, not only online, but offline. I talk to a lot of people that are crushing it in just other industries as well. And so what we envision, what we're working on, investing millions and millions of dollars into this project, is creating like a platform where entrepreneurs from different parts of the world, different, things that they're doing, different industries, can all come together and collaborate and have a hub, where they can grow and do whatever they do at the world-class level, become that 4%er, okay? And so, I was going somewhere with that, but lost my train of thought. So anyway, so this, so like what we're doing, right? We're really, like whatever you're doing right now, you think about how can you deal with humans, right? And so you're dealing with humans. So we're trying to like think through every single aspect that would allow people, humans, okay, do what they want, okay, the results that they want to get. Somebody's a plumber, dude, I want to get more clients, I want to do my thing better, whatever. Somebody's a painter, somebody's an online marketer, like what do they want? Okay, if we can do that for them in a human way, it makes more sense, right? So you create that sticky, okay? And then at the end of the day, my friends, at the end of the day, here's another thing I'm going to tell you. This is $1 million idea. Everybody you're dealing with, secretly deep down, Okay? Everybody wants to be a somebody. Everybody. Don't you want to be a somebody? Okay? Nobody wants to be a nobody. I tell you that. Okay? So when everybody, but a lot of people forget about that. So I believe that entrepreneurs, especially like if we are in some sort of an improvement business, I think it is our obligation and responsibility. I think it's one of the things that we really got to get good at doing, okay, is like uncovering that, like stripping all these layers of failure that a lot of people have been, hitting that glass ceiling, okay? I don't remember if I mentioned this last time, but we tried to do something, right, and then we hit a glass ceiling. Boom, it's one failure under your belt. Boom, there's another failure under your belt, and boom, another failure under your belt. Here's the thing: what happens is, just as success breeds success, right? Success begets success. So as failure begets failure. Okay, the more of that you got going on, and you can't seem to break through, that becomes your conditioning. That becomes your habit. Right? And then you just get close enough. You don't even touch that glass ceiling, metaphorically speaking. And then you just give up because you had enough of that going on. So it is our responsibility, okay, as entrepreneurs, to understand these things. So if you are in any improvement business, okay, when you help your target market, okay, whatever they want, when you help them understand and uncover that being somebody, and then inspire them and help them, create those small wins, they will be with you no matter what Facebook is doing, what everybody else in the industry is doing over here. You guys get it? Okay, I'm telling you my secrets right now. I'm telling you what I'm telling you what is like the things that I'm thinking about that's gonna take the 4% from 300,000 users and members right now that we have to 30 million. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what Facebook is doing. I don't care if Instagram is up today or tomorrow. It's nice and I can use it, right? That's okay. In the end, you don't ever want your business to depend on any outside platform. Okay? So you want to understand this is the difference between information and wisdom. Make sense? I get it, somebody says yes. Everybody is somebody in Christ. Thelma, 100%. 100%. Okay, agree with you. When it comes to the marketplace though, okay, when it comes to the marketplace, we have to be deliberate. Because the marketplace does not, discriminate. You black, white, yellow, whatever. If you're from which country, it doesn't matter how many times you fail. The marketplace is, it rewards people no matter what. Okay, and it rewards you for the value that you bring to the marketplace. Okay, and then in value, bringing this value, you're dealing with people. Okay. Another one I want to share with you guys is this. This comes from I think Solomon said that. He said, and I'm going to totally paraphrase this. He said something like, he who walks with the wise man will be wise, and he who mixes up with like fools will be a fool, basically, right? So like the company that you are keeping, the company that I'm keeping, deliberately decide to, what communities I'm going to participate in, decide what conversations I'm going to participate in, decide what, things I'm going to comment on, decide what I'm going to notice. Remember that bumblebee and a fly analogy, okay? You're flying around, metaphorically speaking, and then you notice, okay, there's a pile of garbage. Are you going to engage in that? Or what are you going to pay attention to? You see what I'm saying? So like when we talk about like hanging out with other wise people, okay, I'm really talking about participating in activities that are either wise or foolish. Okay? If the activity is not directly contributing to you moving closer to your goal and the end destination you want, and does not make you better, make you feel better about yourself, okay, boost your self-esteem, confidence, all the positive things, right? Not the negatives. A lot of entrepreneurs, quote unquote entrepreneurs, they're not really entrepreneurs, I don't believe, okay? A lot of these guys are engaging in activities that diminish their self-esteem, that diminish their self-worth, that diminish their attitude, right? That make them, go off, and then they're trying to succeed. It doesn't make sense. So that would be another $1 million idea, folks. I mean, some of these things, I can be talking to you for a long time, but hopefully, some of these ideas kind of resonate with you. Yeah. If you are looking for, my family is back, so I gotta get chopping. If you guys are looking for, if you're building anything right now, okay, if you are looking for a community to plug into, if this is the kind of stuff that resonates with you, we're here every single Monday. Would love to have you, come in, invite others. We want to grow a community that would be independent of any like business opportunity or whatever. That would be an environment conducive for success, where we could plant ourselves in this success soil, right? And then our crop would grow, metaphorically speaking. Make sense? So we're here every single Monday. Feel free to plug in. Same channel, 4percent.com/live. If anybody invited you, thank them, right? If a lot of people are asking us about how do I start generating income on the internet? I'll tell you this, it's really, really simple. Well, it's not simple if you don't know, but it's really simple once you follow the right blueprint. There's 3 things, okay? You need to have the right awareness, which is understanding, okay, of like the big picture, okay, the big overview, the understanding, having the awareness. And then you have to have the right blueprint to follow, okay? And then you need to take action. So you take massive action following the right blueprint, having the right awareness, okay? So if you're watching this and if you want to learn how do you build a solid, successful online business, what I've done is I've taken, we put together a training. It's called the 4% Success Challenge. Hey guys, for affiliate marketing, right? And I basically take you through the same journey, 14 years of my experience that it took me 14 years, over $350,000 in trial and error, figuring things out, strategies and campaigns, marketing, positioning, all these things that people are thinking about. But we take it and we teach it at the level that nobody else in our industry is teaching, because we really focus on the wisdom part combined with the information part. Okay, most of the trainings, and this is why a lot of people fail, in my opinion, is because they just get information. Okay, very few people understand when it comes to the wisdom stuff. So what we've done is we've created a challenge, which is, we challenge people. So we take you through a path. So it's like 14 years of my experience channeled into a single path that you follow. It's called the Success Challenge. And it teaches you how do you build a real solid business in affiliate marketing space, working with other companies. How do you find a product? How do you create a marketing system? How do you build a business around that concept? It gives you wisdom, long-term longevity, where you don't depend on anybody. You build you, okay? And you guys can check out, we just published a brand new page. If you are on 4percent.com /live, if you're on this page right now live with us, below that video, all right, below this live streaming video, there is a little banner at the bottom that should be available for you. If you refresh this page and then click on that button, it's going to take you to a page. I just recorded a tutorial. It's a deep dive, so it's an advanced tutorial on this kind of stuff. So if this is of interest to you, check it out. At any rate, I hope you guys picked up an idea or two here today. We'll be here back on Monday next week. And make this week count, man. Ladies, make this week count, right? Track of your activities, have some goals for this week. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do? How you're going to do them? And then get yourself plugged into a community that's going to inspire you, and then nurture that dream. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, Sheila? Aquilina, good to see you. Okay. And I will see you guys back here again next Monday. If you have not yet, check out the training I've got below this video here on 4percent.com. And I'll see you guys around. Okay? God bless everybody. Be a 4percenter. Cheers.